What's happening, guys? Welcome to Submission Underground. Let me give you a tour of the venue. Here's the deal. 6 o'clock Eastern today. Submission Underground's final card of the year is going to happen in the main event. Andy Varela, who is on a 7-fight submission competition win streak, is going to be taking on Sean Strickland, who's on a 7-fight mixed martial arts win streak. A lot on the line here. Sean Strickland, by the way, has a signed contract with the UFC. He's going to be fighting Jack Hermansson. Sean thought, you know what? Really good preparation for a grappling heavy guy like Jack Hermansson is to get out here under the submission rules. Get under the lights, get a competition in. Come with me, let's go into the cage. This is where everything's going to take place. If you haven't seen tag team grappling, if for some reason you're the one person living under a rock, you're in for a real treat. That is going to go down right here on this YouTube show. Before we go over to Fight Pass, you are going to see the tag team championships on the line. 4 guys will be in this ring with a referee. Absolute chaos is going to break out, but there is a prize and there is a point, which is the glory of the championships. One team is going to leave with this. One team is going to leave brokenhearted. Keep coming with me. Let me show you. This is what I call the area of broken dreams right here. This is the first place. The last place the athletes will stage until they go into competition. The first place they will return after competition. Somebody is going to be celebrating. Somebody is going to have a broken heart. In Submission Underground, every match will come to conclusion. There is no draws. There will be a winner and there will be a loser. This is what we call the feast before battle. The guys get together, a lot of camaraderie right here. Sometimes you'll even sit with your opponent. I think I see Sean Strickland over my eye here. I told you guys he was here. Sean is in the building. 7-fight win streaks going on the line. Andy Varela, 7-fight win streak. It's going on the line, guys. That's going to be on UFC Fight Pass. 6 o'clock Eastern. Make sure you download the app, okay? This is what we call a tease. I'm teasing you guys. We're going to have some fun, but the real action is going to begin over on Fight Pass. Now, before we get to all that, once again, you are going to be treated right here as part of this YouTube program to the tag team match of the year, the tag team match of the century, the tag team championship match. Stay right there. I will be right back. I don't know who's wrestling. What's happening, guys? We're here. I'm a little behind. I got a producer in my ear. I thought we were throwing to a fence, but here through the cage, but here we are at me. So whenever it's ready, you tell me. This is how you guys know we're live, right? Because if this was edited, you know I'd be a little bit more prepared, but the tag team championship is going to go down. The tag team championship is finding its way to the cage right now. But I'm being told they are in the cage. GILPIN and BESSA clash.
All right, gentlemen.
And BIRCHAK. All right, BIRCHAK is going to start with GILPIN. The champions walk second. Again, this is how you know it's live. But here we are. All right, now GILPIN brought him right to his corner. Watch this, guys. This is strategy. If you haven't seen a tag team match, notice GILPIN's partner. They're wearing matching uniforms. Notice GILPIN's partner. This is why Anthony is trying to get DEON Clash to back into his corner. See how these guys are in the center? I don't want you to miss this strategy here. We saw a mauling. The Simone family put a mauling on Wonky Eye Schleppstein. Put him in the corner and traded for 8 minutes. Schleppstein survived. But they taught everybody a strategy about how important it is to get out of the center and get over to your corner. Each teammate, I'm walking you guys through this. I'm condescending in case you've never seen this before. I want you to enjoy this. You will see right there. You will see the holding of the rope. That is a 12-inch rope, and if you are out, if you are the man who is not competing, you must have a hand on that rope. Once a tag is made, you have 3 seconds to get out and get your hand on that rope. Now, the intent of that rule is to get you out in a reasonable period of time and get the new guy in. The manipulation of the rule by the athletes is we now have 3 seconds to double team this guy, and the referee allows it. So hear that again. When a tag is made, the man coming out must have a hand on the rope within 3 seconds. What he does up until that 3 seconds, the referee will allow to go. You are going to see chaos. And what we're seeing right here, just so you understand, all right. All right, Bessa's in here. Bessa's sitting down. Now, I'm very interested in this, what Bessa did. All Bessa doesn't want to have happen is this, where he gets pulled over into the corner. He might not get out. His way of anchoring himself was to sit down. I get it. I get what Bessa just did, but notice what Clash is doing. Clash is pulling him over. If they make one tag, it's going to be very hard for Bessa to ever get out of this corner. At least by the strategies that they learned from John and Ricky Simone, which I'm guessing they're attempting to implement, but Clash is now, he's gotten too far away. He's not going to be able to reach Anthony from here. Guys, this is for the Tag Team Championship. This is the final championship of 2021. As soon as this is over, we are going to get over to UFC Fight Pass. I want you all to come with us. Varela versus Strickland. Varela is on a 7-match win streak. All submission rules. Sean Strickland is on a 7-fight win streak. MMA rules. It's 7 against 7. All right, Bessa's sitting here. I get what Bessa's doing. He's not trying to play a guard game. He's trying to anchor his weight. He's trying to get into a grappling match here and set some of the strategies aside. DEON Clash is trying to make sure he has energy left. I'm telling you guys what the strategies of the Simones were, but we've also seen strategies by teams to put a man in to wear out the other team while somebody on your team remains fresh. Whoever it is that remains fresh can come in the overtime, which quite frankly is how Toro became the champions in the first place. It's not just a strategy, it's their strategy. Gustavo Bessa is doing the absolute best he can here. Clash is just as strong as he looks, guys. I saw him at lunch. We had a feast before the battle. And he's just a mountain of a man. I mean, you could see the muscles right now. When he grabs your foot and decides he's going to pull you across the ring, there's a reason you got to go. All right, Bessa's trying to up the intensity here just a little bit. Clash going over. All right, we got a tag. Anthony's got the back here. Bessa's moving. Okay, it's going to be Anthony and Charlie. Oh, you noticed how Bessa kept a hold of him. That's what I'm talking. I hope you guys saw that. Bessa was on his way out, reached down and grabbed Anthony's leg. All right, now here's again. They have 3 seconds. Nope, don't touch him, Charlie. Your 3 seconds is up. They have 3 seconds to be out. Out is defined by having your hand on that rope. The intent of the rules committee was just to get their asses out of there. The manipulation of the rules done by the fighter says, no, I'm going to do whatever I want in those 3 seconds, and the referee has to allow it. Tag team is the best. Oh, tag team is the best. Oh, my goodness. Charlie Gilpin on top. You guys know the story of Charlie Gilpin? So Fight Pass has a rule with Submission Underground, or Submission Underground has the rule with Fight Pass. Either way, the code goes black belt or better. Oh, get in there, Clash. I want to see Clash. Clash, get in. No, Clash is the legal man. Clash got tagged in. Here we go. Oh, Bessa got tagged in. I want to see Clash and Charlie go at it. All right.
Clash and BESSA are going at it. Guys, I was making a point. Does anybody remember what I was saying? Oh, yes. It's black belt or better. Black belt or better means you have a black belt in jiu-jitsu, or better means you are currently signed to Bellator or the UFC. Charlie GILPIN came in, a last-minute replacement with a purple belt. Charlie did not have the black belt and he did not have the better, but he was there to take on the better, which was Jake Smith, who was signed to Bellator. Charlie was going to get smashed. Charlie ends up pulling out something called a Kimura from the feet. Jake Smith had a fight coming up in Bellator, didn't want to risk his arm. It was a huge upset. I might go as far as to call it the biggest upset in Submission Underground history, but you can see where Charlie gets grandfathered in. You can't let him have a workaround on the rule. He finds success, and then you go apply the rule and tell him he's not good enough to do it, right? I would put Charlie GILPIN as the best purple belt I've ever met. And I do believe since then he has moved up and is now a brown belt, but I'll hold that thought. No, I'm looking at the notes. He's still a purple belt. All right, Clash on top of BESSA. Oh, Clash is just strong. Look at that. Oh, how would you like Clash to have one of your arms, let alone two? BESSA got a tag. He did it with his foot. That's fair. No, it is not. That tag did not count. BESSA did it with his foot, and the referee sent GILPIN out. Maybe I'm wrong, and you can't do it with your foot, guys. Either way, it's a moot point. We're going to flip, and each team is going to send one guy in. Oh, his hand came off the rope, I'm being told. That's why. So you can tag with your foot, but your hand must be on the rope. It came off. Referee Dave Hagen caught it and sent him back out. Andy Varela is here, guys, but he was late. There's a medical team. There's a process because of the times that we're in that Andy must go through. He had not had time to go through it. I'm sharing that with you. I told you guys you would see Varela and Strickland. You will. That match will happen. They are both here. I have personally put eyes on them. That will be on UFC Fight Pass. Immediately following this, 6 o'clock Eastern. An entire card, an entire Submission Underground. That will be your main event. Now, GILPIN's trying to take care of business here. Clash is rolling. Boy, I like that effort. Sometimes you can use technique, and sometimes you have to just want to get out. Clash wanted out. Clash came to play today, guys.
Time first. We're making beans, baby. We're making beans. Slow cooking.
All right, Clash taking the arm.
Slow cooking. Get those beans.
Everybody's favorite purple belt.
Get those beans.
Nice, Charlie.
Charlie GILPIN on top. Charlie's defending this just right. Oh, he keeps stepping. Clash is trying to put the tape in rewind. Notice how Clash is grabbing and trying to rotate the opposite direction that Charlie's going.
Put your head over there.
This is a battle of chess right here. Charlie would like to step over. Clash would like to stop him and redirect him the other way. Clash might have this. Clash is out. I apologize. Charlie is out.
Hey, same thing. You can't.
Boy, Clash has that look in his eyes, guy. You know the look of the tiger? You know the eye of the tiger in sports?
Control that wrist.
Clash showed up with that.
Go.
And I don't mean to the cage.
Turn. Go, Deon.
I saw him have his lunch earlier,
Get it.
and he had the eye of the tiger.
Got the hip.
He is here to play. Charlie's on his back, though. Charlie's adjusting.
Stay on it, Charlie. Stay on it.
Charlie's adjusting. Clash is doing everything right, but Charlie kept up with him. Charlie felt the momentum going as Clash rolled, and Charlie adjusted his own hips.
Get your shoulders down. Get your shoulders down.
Stay on top.
Right inside shoulder down.
Stay on top.
Clash did a great job with rolling, guys, but you see where the apparatus comes into play. If you're rolling in a heel hook, in a choke like Clash is attempting to defend, you can roll. That's great, but you can only do it so many times in the cage.
Looking good, Charlie.
On an open surface, roll all the way to the hardwood floor. Roll all the way off the mat. Roll right into the crowd and the audience. I mean, right, do you see the difference? The apparatus really does matter. And I do believe, personally, it's a personal belief, I believe in a confined space. I think that martial arts is not only a confined space, it's in a confined time, period.
Use the cage, son. Use the cage, son. Turn.
Either way, Charlie's doing a great job. Clash is almost out. The referee can look at this anytime, and he does.
Let's get out fast now.
Good job. Let's go.
Almost there. We're almost there.
All right, guys, if you just tuned in, you were watching not only tag team grappling at the best, you were watching the championship match. The final championship match
Right away.
of 2021. As soon as this championship match is over, get over to UFC Fight Pass.
Get your hips too, Charlie.
You are going to be treated to 90 minutes of excellent grappling competition that will culminate
Let's get it. Hold him.
with Andy Varela, who's on a 7-match win streak, against Sean Strickland, who's on a 7-fight win streak.
Hold him there.
He's tired.
All day. Look to get that.
Charlie Gilpin takes the back. DEON Clash has used heart. He has used heart to get. Notice this roll. Notice this roll. You don't see that a lot for that position. I love it. You do not see that a lot. You see that on heel hooks. You see that on knee and joint manipulations below the waist. Clash is rolling as a way of defending a rear naked choke.
Heavy, we need a lot of time, D.
I watch this sport every day, guys. I just learned something.
He's too loose. Just cook.
I will challenge anybody to tell me that you have seen that in competition before. Clash rolling
Trying to get that knee in your face.
to stop back control, and it's worked twice. Clash back in on the arm. Deja vu. Now notice again, guys, he's trying to pull it out. He's got it awfully tight here. Charlie, be smart.
Let's go.
Charlie got out. Wow, I thought that was going to cost him his arm. Charlie got out. Charlie Gilpin, the only non-black belt, now has a gold belt with his partner, Gustavo BESSA. Charlie Gilpin is one half of the tag team champions. One belt is purple, but these are gold. BESSA and Gilpin have pulled the upset. Kevin Keeney.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners by escape time in the overtime rounds and new Submission Underground Tag Team Champions of the World, Gustavo BESSA
Oh, he's doing
and
it.
Charlie Gilpin. Team Brazilian Top Team.
He's doing it. He's doing it. This is his ceremony. This is a big deal, guys. In a grappler's life, this is a very big deal what just happened. BESSA just surprised Gilpin with a belt promotion. You notice that Gilpin has removed his tag team belt. That's not the most important one to him right now. It is the belt promotion. Wow, that's tough to watch. If you're a grappling fan, we just had a moment right there. Can we say that? That is very special. That was a cool move by BESSA. I don't know where he had the belt hidden, by the way. I don't know where BESSA had that hidden. But that is something Gilpin will never forget. Now he's only got one to go. He is no longer the greatest purple belt in Submission Underground. He is now a brown belt. That will elevate the competition. But BESSA and Gilpin have pulled an upset over Team Toro. Guys, I'm going to give you the pitch one more time. And this whole thing is meant to be a pitch, so don't be annoyed with me. I'm admitting it. I'm bribing you with a match. I'm bringing my audience in because I want you to go to Fight Pass. My ego is directly related to how many of you go to Fight Pass and watch Varela versus Strickland. Now, that's all I'm going to say about that. But I do want to talk about something that happened last night. I want to talk about what many people are calling the biggest upset in MMA. It feels big. It does not, to me, feel as big as Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas. By example, whether you agree with me or you don't, it feels as big or bigger than Ronda Rousey versus Holly Holm. Do you guys remember when Lance Armstrong had won the Tour de France 3 times, but then he comes in and he gets 7th? He just got outridden. He just got out-pedaled. He just had some guys that wanted it more. I want you to remember that, and I bring that to you because the great upsets in sports history is 2 teams, 2 players, 2 athletes bringing their absolute best skills. And the one that wasn't as polished and didn't have the beautiful resume and hadn't been on as many billboards, hadn't made checks with the same amount of commas, proves that they're better, at least in that moment. That is just not what happened with Juliana Pena and Amanda. This was not like Mike Tyson taking that right hand of Buster Douglas, going down and doing everything he could to get back to his feet, but the referee got to 10 before Tyson's legs would cooperate. Amanda quit. I don't say this at all to insult Amanda. I woke up yesterday believing Amanda is the greatest of all time. I wake up today comfortably telling you, Amanda is the greatest of all time. But what happened last night, if you're an aspiring MMA fighter and you're moving the coffee table and the sofa out of the way and you're grabbing your brother and sister or a friend and you're trying to put that submission hold on, and you're trying to perfect it as you rewind the tape, stop. It wasn't a submission hold. That was not a move. That was not a physical loss by Amanda. Something happened mentally. And a lot of the great fighters, and I will bring Mike Tyson into it, and I will bring Ronda Rousey into it, are good with aggression. The punches and the kicks when they're going one way, that is not called fighting. That is called aggression. The fight takes place when the other person stands up to you and they punch and they kick back. And Amanda has not been in a fight in a number of years. People will back down in the locker room. They will fight the reputation. They will fight the previous performances. They will fight the perception. And they will find a place to fall. Juliana Pena, quite frankly, didn't look fantastic. She just held up and she started fighting back. And if you ever fight the bully, and the bully makes it sound like an insult, but when Amanda goes in, she bullies people. She takes care of them. They cannot stand up to her. When you stand up to the bully, they fall apart fast. This might have been record time. But make no mistake, that's what you saw there. You saw a mental breakdown, not a physical breakdown. Andy Varela, the way it works at Submission Underground, because of the times that we're in, there is a pretty extensive and intensive medical protocol before you are allowed from the property into the actual facility. Andy was late. And I bring that to you because a lot of us told you, I think myself told you, you would be seeing Sean Strickland and Andy Varela here on YouTube. Because they were late, you saw the Tag Team Championship contested over on Fight Pass. You were going to get treated to 90 minutes of the best grappling action from the world's greatest grappling show, hosted by your favorite, Chael Sonnen. And that will be capped off with Andy Varela, who has won 7 in a row, taking on Sean Strickland, who has won, wouldn't you know, 7 in a row. Varela would like to get a big name under the belt. Varela would like the highlights and the headlines. He's also open to compete with anybody. Sean Strickland's purposes are a little bit more specific, which is to prepare for Jack Hermanson. Sean will be fighting Jack in his next competition in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. He called us. He said, please help me. Get me a match. I want anybody. I want the most dangerous guy you have. Because I'm going to be in there with Jack Hermanson, who as far as grappling goes will be the most dangerous guy I've ever had. Help me get ready. Sean is a longtime friend. He's a former training partner and teammate. And we said, Sean, we got just the guy. You think Jack Hermanson can give you problems? We got a guy named Andy Varela, and Varela will give Hermanson problems. Let's get you in here now. Let's get your mind ready. I believe we're fading off. Ryan, are we saying goodbye? Get over to Fight Pass? All right, guys. I've had it with you all. This was fun, though. The tag team, I mean, what a tremendous win. Charlie Gilpin is now not only one half of the tag team championships with Gustavo BESSA, he also got promoted to a brown belt. That was a very touching moment. I must tell you, of everything that I saw today, that was a very touching moment. More to come. Over to Fight Pass. We're going to start at the top of the hour, 6 o'clock Eastern, live. Get over there.